Welcome back, friends. In the previous video, we went through the social impact. Let's look at some of the economic and corporate impact. Huge drop in earning. Obvious. Most of the large scale industries are suffering except pharma to some extent, such as oil, airline, reality, paints, automobile, power, logistic, many others. Banks, NBFCs too. MSME sectors and daily wage workers are worst hit, struggling for business and jobs. All shops are closed, medical and groceries, except medical and groceries, all non-essential services are banned. Most of them do not have any alternate source of income. Unless government provides significant relief package, many of these people will be out of business and will have to restart. Even after the relief, only companies with strong balance sheet will survive, especially those with nil or low debt. Higher NPAs and loan default. Most of the business run on debt, obviously, including companies like Reliance Industry. With drop in the earning, many companies will default in repayment of those debts, and those loans will turn NPAs for banks and NBFCs. It's a vicious circle. NPAs will lead to lower lending capacity and higher scrutiny in future during fresh lending, causing lack of capital for growth. Only those companies can sail through these economic crises who manage their debt very well, who know how to utilize the fund, how to repay, when to repay. India's central bank RBI has provided moratorium on loan repayment, but that's just an option to delay loan repayment. The interest for delayed period will keep on accruing, which will increase the burden further. We are going to see several defaults, NPS for banks, NBFCs, NAV reduction in risky debt mutual funds. Increased Chinese acquisition. Downfall in economy and earnings have resulted in significant downfall in valuation of companies. China already owns stake in large unlisted companies like Paytm, Ola, Flipkart, Snapdeal, BigBasket, Oyo, many others, and are ruling the mobile phone market with over 75% market share with Vivo, Oppo, OnePlus, Xiaomi. Now, the government of China also has started increasing stakes in listed companies across US, Europe, India, which impact the economy directly. They just increased the ownership to 1% in HDFC Limited. Take its example. It's the largest housing finance company in India. Looking at this trend, governments in several countries had to modify their FDI regulation to monitor and control these transactions. China's economic power can be a threat to other economies. Alternate manufacturing hub, good opportunity. Being traveled to most part of the world a few times, whenever I pick up anything from any store in any country, most often the label says made in China. Their products are everywhere. Even if they don't produce some goods, they will supply some raw material required for the production of goods. Example, for most medicines produced in India, raw materials come from China. For vehicles or phones manufactured in India, some components are supplied by China. They currently control the global manufacturing. China has 29% share of global manufacturing output. USA has 17% and all the countries are in single digit with even India at just 3%. This crisis has slowed down manufacturing in all countries as the transportation with China had to be cut all across and labors are unavailable. It has created an opportunity for world leaders to think of an alternate manufacturing hub. India is best suited to grab this golden opportunity due to its vast unutilized land bank, cheaper labor and power availability, excellent leadership talent pool, logistical connectivity with the rest of the world, and strong communication links. The only thing needed is our political leaders' foresightedness, willingness, and action. Hope it happens because other countries like Vietnam and Taiwan are also eyeing these opportunity along with Philippines, Indonesia, and not to forget the USA president wanting to move manufacturing to USA itself. Alternate services hub. Half of India's GDP is contributed by service sector. Just as world is seeking alternate manufacturing hub, they may be thinking of alternate service hub as well. Poland, Romania, Mexico have been growing as hubs since last few years in their own region with several companies shifting their jobs over there. Those may pose significant threat to service sector in India, especially shared services back office operations. Though India has its own strengths like cost, supply, quality, skills, talent, attitude, etc., because of which jobs actually moved here, but it won't take time for other countries to offer better options. India can't get complacent. Those were obvious impact. Let's look at some specifically impacted sectors. Recovery in depressed automobile sector. People may be scared to use public transport and shared cabs for some time. The usage of Ola Uber bounce may reduce. If so, buying of private passenger vehicle may see a rise. Such cab aggregators will have to come up with cash burning strategy to attract customers or find new revenue streams. Example, delivering groceries like they're doing now during lockdown. Recovery in auto sector will boost the whole economy as this sector has cascading effect on many others. Auto ancillary, chemical, oil, paint, rubber, steel, leather, battery, power, logistic, and above all the banks and NBFCs who give vehicle loan and insurance to consumers. Money will start rotating again. It will generate employment and rising collections of GST, road tax, registration, etc. for government as well. There are over 50 industries which get impacted with auto sector. I hope this recovery starts to show up post coronavirus crisis. Lesser travel. In short term, the travel will definitely reduce. People will use precautionary measures and not travel unless necessary. The discretionary travel will surely reduce. Corporates will reduce their travels too, as they have to manage costs to compensate for reduced earning. They are anyways learning to effectively meet virtually these days during lockdown. These will cause delayed recovery in associated sectors like hotels, aviation, railway, restaurant, tourist guide, travel agency, cabs, credit card companies. Even after lockdown is lifted, airlines are expected to start operating only with partial capacity. Example, two seats space may be left empty between two passengers. Such measure will also lead to rise in ticket prices. For shorter travel of few hours, people will prefer private vehicles, another trigger for auto sector. Online education. This is going to be big. Companies offering online education will significantly grow here onward, just like the digital payment companies grew after demonetization. Maybe not at the same pace, but yes, at a relatively higher pace than previously planned. Byju's, Unacademy, Udemy, Topper, Mindspark, and many others are offering free contents for a couple of months or have reduced their prices. To keep children busy as parents work from home, they're signing up for these. Schools are also encouraging and themselves signing up for these. Everything is being taught online today. Academics, dance, music, yoga, painting, arts, anything you can think of. Gradually, this change in behavior will become permanent. Schools and universities too may adopt online teaching methods and offer new courses which can be learned online or admit students from other locations rather than restricting themselves to few miles radius. They can have their physical classroom session broadcasted and connected with those attending it online. So brace for a new way of learning in future. Hope the content and assessment methods change too, which sucks currently. Alternate recreation methods. In short term, people will avoid going out in crowded places, at least the sane people will avoid. As a result, we may see slow recovery in public recreation industries such as theater, multiplex, theme parks, etc. Even after lockdown is lifted, these places will restart with partial capacity. Example, two seats in multiplex may be left empty between two viewers. As an alternate, people have started exploring online platforms like Netflix, Prime, Hotstar, which are seeing huge rise in new paid subscribers. Even Indian ALT Balaji companies saw a daily addition of 17,000 subscriber post lockdown versus 10,600 per day pre lockdown, which is a huge rise of 60%. Top producers are negotiating with OTT platform to premiere their movies going forward. People are experiencing the variety besides just movies, the comfort of watching from home at their own pace with flexibility and at much lesser cost. For less than the price of one ticket at multiplex, people can have full month subscription of Netflix. Availability of high speed internet at dirt cheap price has supported this change. This is never going to go away at all. And don't forget the rise in users of dating apps too. Higher focus on healthcare. After unprecedented experience of COVID, government will increase the budget for healthcare. Pharma companies will invest more on research and development. During the current crisis, liquor and sugar factories are making hand sanitizer, automobile factories are trying to manufacture ventilators for patients. Healthcare companies will do well. Pharma manufacturer, hospital testing labs, etc. But even other companies like sugar, liquor, auto will explore opportunities in this sector and try to get in. Evolution of new business model. Schools, colleges are learning to conduct online teaching. Corporate meetings and family get togethers are happening on video conferences. Workshops, hobby classes are being conducted online. Entertainment being consumed on OTTs. Ola, Uber, Tuk Tuk being used by e-retailer for delivery of product. Even farmers are selling directly to end consumers after securing bulk order from various residential society. This is turning out to be a win-win for both. Consumers get fresh farm products at much lower price, and farmers get better price due to absence of middlemen. Doctors and patients both are comfortable now with online consultation for regular diseases like flu, cough, fever, etc. Non-emergency visits to hospitals is significantly reducing. Most of these changes are going to stay. especially the online education and entertainment on OTT. Fall of old and rise of new startup. Cash is a forever friend, and debt is an enemy if not used well. Most unicorns have simply been burning cash. Just a handful ones are profitable. They were surviving so far as some revenue was constantly flowing in, which has stopped flowing in due to lockdown now. Only those who manage their cash smartly will survive going forward. Many unicorns, I believe, will fall off, either will be shut down or acquired by stronger ones. Smarter folks will sail through if they can figure out new ways to earn revenues or new business models. Example, as people are not going out, cab drivers and tuk-tuk rickshaw drivers are jobless, so they offered themselves to e-retailer for essentials and grocery deliveries who were struggling with shortage of delivery boys. Win-win for both. This will be an opportunity for many fresh ideas and smarter, brighter entrepreneur to step in and grow big. New unicorns will emerge in next 1 or 2 years. Won't be surprised if it's in space of travel, online education, entertainment, virtual conferences, and dating. I also feel that some sector will make up for this loss of revenue during lockdown to some extent. Take the case of postponement of marriage or travel. This will lead to more marriages and holidays being planned towards the end of 2020 and early 2021. Applying the simple demand supply concept, high demand of all marriage related items during the same window will lead to significant increase in cost of those items. I believe that hotel charges will rise, flight ticket prices will be high, restaurant will have revised menu prices, cabs, decorators, caterers, everyone will charge significantly more. Many vendors will be able to successfully recover their costs during lockdown. But no one knows when. No one knows when the economic recovery will begin. COVID is still a blind area. Let's look at how the scene inside a corporate house might change. Though corporates are losing on earning, they're significantly gaining in their learnings and also efficient usage of resources like money, technology, and workforce. Corporates have been forced to adopt working method which they have been resisting so far under the assumption of being ineffective without even trying. While multinationals were already used to concept of remote working, offshore operational model, virtual meeting, etc., the Indian companies always resisted it. After forced use of such techniques now, they're realizing that it's not so inefficient, that it works quite effectively and is economical too. Lean organization, resource optimization, efficient processes will be key for survival. Companies unintentionally employ more people than needed, have non value added process in their operations, but they don't accept it as they assume that removing or merging those roles will hamper the output or productivity. This kind of crisis make them understand and identify those redundant pockets. They are able to identify such redundancies in processes and such job roles which are not required or can be removed or merged with other roles or outsourced to have a more efficient organization structure. Non-core processes will be abolished. Many companies have announced salary cuts and removal of jobs. Many companies have not, which does not mean they're not facing the heat. It's just because they don't want to further demoralize the employees under stress who are working from home. They will do it later. Cost efficiency. With significant drop in earning, companies' profitability is taking a huge hit. Earnings will not go up easily or sooner. For survival, cost efficiency is the only way out. Some of the measures I think we might see are removal of non-core processes, removal of redundant jobs or buffer or bench resources, consolidation of job roles, or transition of roles to cheaper location, and even making it work from home completely. Salary cuts, less or no variable pay, delayed hikes, delayed promotion, lesser bonus, shrinkage of office space, leading to reduction in expenses on rent, furniture, power, support facility, etc. Reduction of discretionary travel. Not all work, not all meetings need to be done face to face. Not all people need to travel either. Technology has advanced enough now that meetings can be conducted virtually as effectively as face to face. Higher flexibility for employees. Multinationals always did, but hopefully Indian companies will also now provide higher flexibility to work from home when needed, adjust working hours as needed, and shift the focus from recording working hours to quality and timeliness of deliverables. Thanks to technology, every employee, every leader can stay connected with each other very effectively all the time. This will require change in mindset of people managers and change in attitude and sincerity of employees working from home. Beside work hours and location, we should see a relaxed dress code too. During virtual meeting, not everyone is strict about the dress code as they join in from home. Even leaders don't mind. Hopefully, these will bring in acceptance of relaxed and flexible dress code amongst the Indian companies too. Flexibility is a great motivating factor and non-monetary perk. Happy employees mean increased productivity. Reduction in workforce and lean organization structure will bring higher accountability, better effort, better result, more recognition, better reward, faster growth. These, along with other non monetary perks like flexible work hours, flexible work location, relaxed dress code, less micromanagement, increased trust, will boost employee morale and motivate them. It will keep them happy. I'm myself a live example of all these, as I wouldn't have been happy enough in my 17 years of corporate jobs and wouldn't have been able to keep my team happy if we had not started adopting all these measures 15 years back itself. Successful leaders are foresighted and proactive. Everyone else is reactive, anyways. In the next video, we will go through some of the lessons learned during this crisis. More than understanding and accepting the impact, it is important to learn from the downfall to build a better future. Thanks for your time. Stay home, stay safe, stay healthy. These too shall pass. And yes, please subscribe to our YouTube channel for continuous learnings and follow us on Twitter and Facebook. Thank you so much.